Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Ava. Rodney Hinton Jr. has been charged with the aggravated murder of a sheriff's deputy, Larry Henderson, after hitting him while he was directing traffic near the University of Cincinnati. Now, the story goes even deeper, as Hinton Jr. is the father of 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, who was shot and killed by an officer just the day before. Authorities are now saying Rodney purposely and intentionally struck the deputy as an act of revenge. Now, the day before Rodney Hinton hit a sheriff's deputy with his car, his son Ryan Hinton was killed by a Cincinnati police officer who responded to a report of a stolen vehicle. NBC News reports that 4 people in the alleged stolen car ran after the police approached them. In that report, Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Theet said Ryan was armed. The police video would show an officer exiting his vehicle, pointing a gun at young Ryan, who appeared to be running away. The police chief said the officer fired at least 4 times and believes Ryan was hit by 2 bullets, one in the chest and one in the arm. A gun was reportedly recovered at the scene. Now, according to ABC News, attorneys for Hinton's family said Rodney, along with other family members, met with the Cincinnati police to view the body camera footage of Ryan's death. An excerpt of a statement from the attorneys read, "Ryan Hinton's family, including Ryan's father, was present at the meeting, and they were understandably distraught as they watched the body cam video. After meeting with the police department, Ryan Hinton's father left in his own vehicle, and that was the last we heard from him until learning about the tragic incident involving a law enforcement officer who was working a traffic detail near the University of Cincinnati." Hinton's family members would say that after viewing the video, Rodney was upset and agitated. Concerns of Rodney driving rose. Therefore, NBC News reports some relatives drove him from the station, but he returned soon after to pick up his vehicle. A Cincinnati police officer explained Rodney actually left the parking lot, followed by some family members and another car, and then a few minutes later returned to the parking lot, drove through the parking lot, and left the parking lot again. The news report would continue. From there, Hinton drove toward the university and appeared to stop before he allegedly accelerated quickly through the intersection where Deputy Henderson was standing. The vehicle struck the deputy and the utility pole. There was no indication that Hinton tried to stop. Attorneys on behalf of the family would say, "I don't think he was a cop killer. I think he was not in his right mind, and I think he should be treated like any other mentally ill person that commits a crime." A news conference was held this past Monday by the Hinton family where they addressed the shooting. Rodney Hinton Sr. would speak on behalf of his son and grandson. "I want to give condolences to the officers who got hurt, who got killed, the whole family. I'm going to ask for forgiveness. And I've been praying hard for the officer that killed my grandson." Prosecuting attorney Ryan Nelson called Rodney's actions calculated and premeditated, stating he lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the death of an on-duty deputy sheriff. Now, interesting enough, there appears to be conflicting reports on whether or not Ryan Hinton was armed. Tariq Nasheed, who remains a consistent commentator on racial issues, would chime in on the situation. On social media site X, he would go on to write, "When you watch the body cam footage, Ryan Hinton clearly did not point a gun at a Cincinnati police officer. Those types of 'I'm white and I say so' lies are always used to justify unaliving black youths. And that's why Ryan's father, Ryan Hinton Jr., crashed out after he saw the footage and realized the police lied about what really happened." The officer who shot and killed Ryan remains unidentified, as the judge denied Rodney's bond and ordered him to be held until the next hearing, Tuesday, May 6. Hinton Jr. would plead not guilty. What do you think about the story of this black father allegedly hitting a deputy with his car after his son was murdered by police? Do you feel his pain, and what do you think should happen next? Stay up to date for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell and select all so you can see all of our updates and not just some. Live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Ava.
Kahalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rukah Chodash, and do honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and attention to Akim doing his work, and truth to sincerity, and the four corners of the earth. All right, want to do this lesson. All right, going into the video. all right, that you brothers just saw, you know, going into the situation, all right, with a Jake, all right, going and driving into a centurion, all right, an Edomite centurion, and putting him to death, man. Okay, because the centurions, all right, previously put his son to death, okay, and shot him, all right, and said he was armed, all right, and I seen the video, you know, and the Jake did not aim any weapon, at that police officer, man. All right, but that's what these centurions do, man. Esau made them to be the judge, jury, and executioner, man. All right, and most of the time these things happen, what's gonna happen? The police are gonna get off, man. All right, especially dealing with you Jakes. All right. Hey, and if you watch enough cop centurion videos, man, you'll see that they lighten everybody ass up, man. Okay, they lighten up Esau ass too. you know, which through the spirit, a few of them could be Jakes. Because the Most High uses that's according to the scriptures that the Most High uses the centurion, all right, and Esau's government, all right, to put judgment on you Israelites, man. All right, believe it's in Romans, all right. But to say to the men of the Lord, the Most High didn't set them up to be a terror unto us, okay? Because we are what you call so-called law-abiding citizens, man. Okay, but to you 2/3, man. Yeah, these are the things that's gonna happen to you. All right, sitting inside of a stolen vehicle, which that's what they say. The Jake that got shot and killed, that's what they said he was doing, sitting inside of a stolen vehicle with three of his other friends. Okay, so doing 2/3 wicked shit, all right, will lead to that the devil getting licensed to put you down. Okay, and the Most High is rousing up Judah, rousing up Israel, all right, to go against the government, all right, and to go against these centurion. Okay, Jake is being roused up, all right, especially with the situation with like Carmelo Anthony. You had a Jake stuck an Edomite in the chest and killed him. You know, so Judah is getting roused up, man. All right, then you had everybody talking about that Edomite. All right, that cussed out the I think it was a Somalian boy. Called him a Nigger. You know, and so Jake is real pissed off about that, man. All right, hey, and then recently you had that situation that was in Memphis, with those Jake cops, they beat the hell out of Tyree Nichols, that Jake, all right, and they beat him to death. They beat him like I'm talking about. They beat him worse than a damn gang initiation, man. Took turns whooping on him, you know. And the other day they got fully acquitted, all right. And so now the running joke with Esau is, oh, if them was so-called white cops, Memphis would be towed down, man. All right, hey, and it's true. Because if them Jake cops was Edomites, all right, and they got off for killing that Jake, it'd be protests in the street right now, you know. But we'll see what the Most High do with that situation, man, because that situation can be turned up at any time, man. Okay, especially if it keep going into the media circuits, all right, it keep being put and plastered, on the news, man, because them dudes was guilty for sure, man. That dude didn't show no threat. He ain't had no gun on him. He wasn't biting them or kicking him in the face. They was just beating his ass till they killed him. Oh, also, you still got that situation too with those police officers getting sentenced. One of those correction officers that beat the hell out that Jake that in the medical room or the medical infirmary. I think that's what you call it. Put a sock in his mouth, choked his ass. All right, till he was put to death. you know? And that's what these scriptures, that's what the scriptures are talking about in Romans, man. To where a centurion, all right, they given the license to put their foot on you Jake's necks, man. All right. And it's gonna be more and more, man. It's gonna be more racial tension. It's gonna be more sedition. Okay, and it's gonna be more what you call police brutality. All right. Hey, because these police officers, they feel galvanized, you know, under Donald T. Because hey, what did Donald T say? He declared himself to be the law and order president, you know. So he definitely how they got the saying back the blue. So Donald T is definitely back in the blue, you know, where they turn you black and blue. But this is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stood down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? You know? And that's how Jake is, you know, crouched down, man, as an old lion, you know, been in his captivity, all right, being beat down physically and spiritually, you know, trying to stay out the way. You know, that's the American way right there for Jake. Any tribe, northern, southern kingdom, you know, to make it in America, you gotta stay out the way, you know, especially for Northern Kingdom. Look at right now. Northern Kingdom definitely staying their ass out the way. That's over here, you know, without papers and stuff. You can't make no fuss about nothing. Esau can talk to you and treat you however the hell he want, especially on these jobs and shit. Oh, you want me to call immigration? You want to get deported? All right then. You know, but the Most High is ultimately gonna rise up Judah, and through rising up Judah, who else is gonna rise up? The rest of the tribes, man. Okay, the rest of the tribes are gonna raise up when Judah raises up. They showed that during the George Floyd protest, man. All right, you had a lot of Northern Kingdom out there during that time, man. Okay, they follow after all of the nigga customs, the nigga customs of Jake, you know, of Judah. Issachar do all that shit, sagging their pants, getting taper fades, saying nigga. Okay, that's how you know that they Israelites, man. It say the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and to him shall the gathering of the people be. All right, going into Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, Shiloh. Okay, going into hey man, when Yahweh Shah comes, he's gonna be the ruler, all right, and he's gonna be the judge over Israel, man. Okay, over northern and southern kingdom, man. And northern kingdom gonna give Yahweh Shah his respect. Okay, because right now northern kingdom is bugged out. You know, the scriptures say the scepter shall not depart from Judah. So Judah is that head tribe, man. Okay, and we know that Yahweh Shah came from the tribe of Judah, man. This is Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, so scriptures say there be spirits that are created for vengeance. All right, and that's what you're seeing when you got that Jake father. Okay, that's a spirit of vengeance, man. He ain't even, he ain't even playing, and that's how you know the Most High put a spirit on him, man. He didn't plan it out good. He didn't think, oh, I'm gonna find this officer, or I'm gonna find his family, or I'm gonna wait for the perfect opportunity. No, man, the Most High just put that spirit on his ass. All right, he just took off, and any centurion he saw, he ran him down. You know, so there's gonna be a lot of that, going on, man. The closer and closer we get to getting the hell out of here, the madder and more insane these people are gonna become. Okay, hey, the more poverty that come to these people, the more inflation, all right, the less hope that's out here. All right, these people are gonna turn into animals, man. All right, and it's gonna be more so-called tribal. All right, you're gonna have Jake hanging with Jake. All right, you got Esau with Esau. You know, ain't gonna be no hand in hand and all that bullshit, man. Okay, but that's all I had. You know, I printed this lesson was edifying and shalom.